gets us, Sony.
Sony InZone may have just created one of the best sounding, noise cancelling, wireless ANC headphones for gaming that you can buy right now. But stick around because I think maybe you should be the judge of that. These are the Sony InZone H9 II, and these are the Sony WH-1000XM6, one of my favorite noise cancelling headphones of all time. And I heard that these are also MKBHD's go-to noise cancelling headphones right now. So you're probably wondering, what's that got to do with the brand new InZone H9 II? Well, there are 3 killer features that the XM6 share with the H9 II that I think you need to know about. And I also think you'll find Sony's approach to the design pretty interesting. It's almost like they have an unfair advantage because they used a secret weapon. So stick around because you're about to find out precisely what I mean.
Precisely the only possible meaning.
The H9 IIs are significantly lighter than the Mark I, and if you're a gamer, you will know that this is a good thing because the best time to throw in the towel and hang them up is never! And this lighter weight will definitely come into play during those longer gaming sessions. They now weigh just 260 grams compared to the 330 grams on the H9 Mark I. There's a fixed outer band wrapped in this nice woven material. The inner band is padded on the inside and it has this kind of stitched vegan leather finish across the top with a little bit of InZone branding. And the headband's design is super soft across the top of your head. And Sony has added quick release catches that allow you to make height adjustments on the fly. The shape of these headphones are what I call the helicopter pilot style. And the backs of the ear cups are matte black and appear to be the exact same material as used here on the XM6. You can also get these in a white color that may attract a little less fingerprints, and you'll notice if you look closely right here, there's a little mic cutout on the backs of both the ear cups. And these are really important and you will see why in a minute. The ear padding is really nice and plush on these, and unlike the XM6, they're made of a breathable fabric. They do have a little bit of leatherette on the inside just to protect them from moisture. And this is an important difference because you will know if you're a gamer, in the heat of battle, sometimes things get a little bit sweaty. So anything that can help with that is a win in my opinion. And you'll also notice on the backs of these ear cups, you have these big cutouts here, and this might also help vent the heat out of the headphones, but are actually more likely to be there to improve the airflow of the audio. And I did make an unboxing video for these headphones, and if you saw that unboxing, you will already know that these headphones ship with a flexible, removable boom mic. And thanks to this unique design here on the audio jack, this mic locks into place really securely and won't twist around on its own. And this mic uses a cardioid pickup pattern, meaning that it picks up everything in front and not behind. And it's also got AI noise cancelling algorithms to further enhance the clarity. And it's one thing just to talk about it, but maybe it'll be better if you hear it for yourself. So throw on some headphones for this quick mic test. Okay, so right now you're hearing the H9 Mark II's boom mic in a very quiet environment. Now I'm about to introduce a really awesome fan sound for sleep, apparently. 106 million views on YouTube. Let's get that going. So now there should be some pretty loud noise in the background. Let me know if you can actually hear this or not. Okay, I'm going to stay quiet for a minute and hopefully you'll be able to hear the noise. Can you hear the noise in the background? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, that concludes the mic test. Now here's where things start to get interesting. That secret design weapon. Did you know that Sony consulted the pro players from Fanatec to customize and optimize the button placements on these headphones? Well, they did, and here is what they came up with. One specific feature that the Fanatec team requested was to add a large mute button in a very specific location. And this is perfect because it's actually placed exactly where the first finger on your left hand rests when you go to grab the headphones. And another great design choice here is the fact that when it is muted, you can actually feel whether it's on or off just because it raises up so much. And when you are wearing them, there is a little red LED that lets you know when you are muted or not. Going back to the controls, also located on the left ear cup, right where your thumb rests this time, is the volume wheel, and just next to it, the ANC and ambient aware button. And this is the first of the 3 killer features that Sony brought over from the XM6. And that legendary noise cancelling now exists here in the H9 Mark II. And if noise cancelling is something that's quite new to you, all you need to know is that it kind of eliminates background noises, for example, noisy fans. So if you have a particularly noisy fan in your PC, well, this is going to block that out entirely. It also blocks out road noises and voices to a certain extent. And once again, it's one thing just to talk about it, but maybe you should hear an example of it. So grab your headphones for this little noise cancelling test. Okay, what you're hearing right now is the audio pickup from this little microphone right here. What I'm going to do is place this under the ear cup. And what you're hearing right now is the ambient pass-through mode. So this is where the headphones are allowing the sounds to pass through. I'm going to switch it off so you can hear the passive noise cancelling. This is the passive noise cancelling that you can expect from the H9 Mark II. Back to ambient mode now, and I'm going to introduce the fan noise that I used in the mic test. So now I've got the fan in the background, and this is the amount of noise cancelling that you can expect from the H9 Mark II. Noise cancelling on. Noise cancelling off. Noise cancelling on. So I know what you're thinking now, noise cancelling probably uses some power, right? Well, yes, it does, and the battery life on these headphones is 30 hours with ANC on. Now, when you compare that to other headphones that don't have ANC, that might not sound that great, but that is precisely why Sony introduced a new feature here on the H9 Mark II. They can now be recharged whilst gaming, and actually just a 5-minute charge of these when out of power can deliver 1 hour of playback with ANC on, with a full recharge taking 3.5 hours. On the right ear cup, the power button is really easy to find without looking, as it's placed where your thumb naturally rests when you grab the headset, and it dips inwards just like the XM6 power button, which makes it super easy to identify. There's also the game and chat mix buttons here, as well as a dedicated Bluetooth pairing button. And here is the second killer feature. You can connect the H9 Mark II to a phone. They do also support Bluetooth LE for low latency. And when you do connect to a phone, you have access to the ambient modes and the pass-through modes. You also have access to create custom EQs or just use the default ones that Sony have created themselves. And if you want to, you can even use the Find Your Equalizer setup, which runs through a process of trial and error to create the perfect EQ tailored specifically for you. And then you've also got the 360 reality audio setup here, and you can even change the connection quality. Now, there is something important you need to know about this. This does not override the InZone hub on PC or Mac, and it doesn't override the settings on a PS5. Those will always come first, and then this will only affect what you're listening to or playing or watching on your phone or tablet. So just be aware of that. And it is also important to know that these do support dual connect. So you could be gaming on the PC whilst connected to your phone, and if a phone call comes through, you can pick them up on the headset, and you can kind of hot swap back and forth between them if you want to. Another way to connect up the headphones is with the analog audio jack and the provided cable. This, of course, is for anyone who wants the lowest latency, lowest compression, and the highest quality audio direct from the source. And as it happens, the Sony Xperia phones are some of the only phones that can still do this. And when you're gaming on PC, you can make use of the InZone hub, which allows you to create custom EQs or simply use the Pro EQs calibrated by the InZone team. Here you can also control the ANC and the ambient modes, and even toggle on voice focus, which allows voices to pass through more easily when in ambient mode. And here you can also create your own spatial sound profile. You do need to use your phone for this though. And just below that, you can adjust the game and chat mix and calibrate the mic and adjust the side tone. And of course, if you have lots of InZone stuff all hooked up to your rig, you can control everything right here in one place. And to be honest with you, there's just one thing that I would have wanted here, and that would have been for Sony to enable the app to actually control the EQs and the modes in sync with a PC or a Mac or even the PlayStation 5.
And I've on a toilet made out of solid gold, but it's just not in the cards now, is it?
But I guess we're gonna have to just wait for that. Maybe they can do it in a software update. Okay, now the third killer feature and the most important upgrade versus the H9 Mark I in my opinion. When it comes to delivering sound, the H9 Mark II utilizes the same custom Sony carbon composite drivers as the flagship Sony XM6 headphones, which does mean they're more than capable of delivering high-res audio because that's what these drivers were made for. And right now, these are without doubt some of the best sounding gaming headphones that I've tested to date. So here's what I think Sony have done. They've taken their winning formula that they used on the XM6, given this design platform to the InZone team to create an XM6 specifically tailored for gamers. And in a genius move, they actually consulted real gamers to improve the design of the H9s. So here's my final thoughts on the H9 Mark II. They look good, they sound good, the connectivity is fantastic, and the button placement is perfect. It requires minimum effort to get the maximum results, and that's the way all good tech should be designed. If you want to check out the prices on the InZone H9 Mark II, there'll be links in the description and in the top pinned comment. I am in the process of putting together the ultimate InZone gaming setup. Make sure you subscribe and notifications on for that. I appreciate you guys watching this one. I will see you in the next one. Don't be late.